Hello everyone, I'm back here, fresh and woken up after a couple of days with no streaming. This is Veteran, this is No Man's Sky, this is the universe, and we will be venturing around in Eissentam galaxy. What to expect? I don't know yet. The usual stuff, I would say. Even though that is a very ambiguous statement, to be honest. It's Sunday, so we will start with a little bit of cooking for those who might not know as much about it. I want to give a little bit of insight in how you can use the food processor and what you can get out of it. But first of all, I want to do as I normally do, start looking at what the frigate has brought home for us. So that is, except I'm trying to crawl up again, but that is how it normally starts out, and that is also happening today. So we should have all 5 back home, and let's see what they have brought us. This is an exploration one, so that could be a little bit of a lot of different things. There is something from our organic ship, a siphonic egg, okay. And there's another one, spawning sac ×2. That normally means something that upgrade the living ship, but let's look at it, because that I don't know enough about it, but let's see when we get to it. Oh, there's another one. A siphonic egg more. Well, we'll see what it says when we get to it. And we got a surprise as well. That is, of course, oh, there was a couple. And of course 2.5 million coins, not bad either. So that was the one we just took, so we have one there. Don't run around in circles, that's not necessary. Something I don't understand here, but never mind that. So this is another exploration. I don't have a organic ship with this, so I won't get any organic loot, so to speak. A little bit of different things. Okay, down to the tree down here and see what they have come into with the stuff. Hopefully something good. These are relatively short ones, so they quickly go through, and yeah, a good million as well. That's all nice. This is an industrial that normally gives a lot of items more than coins, even though now the coins are coming. So storage augmentation, I like that. that is all good. So, the last one. It's a long trade one, so let's see what we get there. More storage augmentation, that is very nice. A lot of coinage, so that actually looked quite okay. Nearly 4 million, so yeah. So let's look at the freighter. So the spawning, that's actually storage for the sentient starship. Okay, that is not bad. Becomes okay. This is not where I can put it, so I need to have the proper ship chosen. Down to freighter hangar, so I should go down and deal with that, I think. Wrong way. I'm a little bit curious to see what actually comes out of that, so let's go and find the living ship. It's not at that side, it's there. So I have no clue what it is. Okay, so it's kind of the so that actually goes together. That is recharging the launch like it does on other ships. Good. So this one I already have. You can only have one of them. Damn. That's not cool. Can I put them on? Yeah. That is cool. Okay. That is quite cool. It goes that way. So I'm going to switch to my normal as primary. Because I need to put stuff on and kind of make sure that everything is with me. Then I will go back upstairs. So we were looking what else we got. So that one I can't use for anything. Sell it. That can be sold. That can be sold. That can be sold. That is trade goods. That is trade goods. The rest is something we keep. That is smuggling goods. So the cooking stuff we will be back with in a mo. Right, this is the freighter done. Now, Starship has everything on it which can be sold. That one is not a seller. Sit in a block there. These, I don't know if I actually need them, but for this. Yeah. So I have a lot to sell. That is quite normal. So on the exosuit, I have a lot of these now. So just sell those which is surplus. I do like to have some in stock, but you don't really need it to have excessive amounts of them. Well, the thing is, they sell relatively quick, so that's how it is. Everything looks fine. So, first we'll send off the frigates, how many we can. I don't know if I have enough fuel for everything. So that one is the longest. 2 with discovery. A little bit a purpose with what I'm doing, because I have one balance that I want to actually make sure that pretty much can have one of each. It could. And the question is, can I send this off as well? Industrial, yeah. So it's fine. So they can just be sent off. Okay, I could send all 5 off, and they will be back tomorrow. So now I will go down to the food processor and we'll start our cooking part. If you don't catch it, I will cut it out as a video as well. So we need some of the stuff we have on the freighter, which is food stuff. We have a lot of milk, which we need. We have eggs. Taking everything that is in this part. As I'm not quite sure yet how much I'm needing, what I need, but scaly meats, meaty chunks, roast steak, dirty meat and baked meat, okay. Feline liver, we'll take that as well. So that's all what we have on the Starship. Now, we look what we have in the storage. We have a lot there as well. So we have some cake batter and extra fluffy. We have cream, proto cream. Taking some of this over. I have a purpose that we today will look at some more basic stuff. Butter. Don't I have any more butter than that? Oh dear. Oh dear. That might actually bring me a little bit in a little bit of a limbo, but let's see. I'll take some of these because some of them can be used. So I'm just going to do like that first. And then take it from there. As I said, I'm going to do it very basic, but it's not overly basic, if it makes sense. So what we are going to do is make some finished products which is kind of useful because they become more valuable than they are on its own. So that's one of the things. But the thing is that a lot of recipes need some preparation, and this is of course how we get to get that. So the first thing I actually want to do is, you know that we have things like Eissentam, and that actually becomes yeast. Sometimes you will need yeast. We're not actually needing it today, but I want to show that you can make Eissentam, which is worth 30 units, into wild yeast, which is actually worth 600. So you can take some shitty thing and actually refine it into something much more valuable. And the pun was intended because the shitty thing is Eissentam is actually coming from animals' dung. And the thing is, don't be afraid of experimenting. You can take and combine different meats and get a dish out of it. It might not be something great, but it is possible you can actually cook something up which is useful. At least that's how I see what's happening here. So if you want to make anything like bread, then you need yeast. As I said, we're not really going down that route, but I was just going to show, if you think you need, then that's actually fine. So I need milk made into cream. That's the first thing. And last time I actually found out that a lot of the cream I had, I made into butter. Stupid. Because you sometimes need cream. Unfortunately today we need the butter, so yeah. And if you watched the last week's time, since last Sunday, I have been getting from animals and getting these foodstuffs. I've shown one way of doing it. I will eventually show you another way of doing it. But one thing is to feed the animals and then milk them or collect their eggs or whatever you kind of want to make out of it. So that's cream. I'm actually going to take the other milk and make into cream as well. You see it has become proto cream, so there's a little bit of difference. However, you can't replace one with the other, but you can actually make them running side by side. So if something is made will take cream, then you very often can make it also where it takes proto cream. So I don't have any more milk. So proto cream comes into proto butter, so I actually don't know if I can use that. Actually I can, so I will make proto butter out of the proto cream. And the whole thing is it adds the value all along. And I know it's not all about money, but it is all about money, because in the end, without money, you are kind of stuck, aren't you? But if I can teach you how easily to make some money, then I'm happy. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. It's your decision, whatever you want to do. So if I take the proto butter and mix with flour, then it becomes pastry. So let's start doing that. That's what we need today. Pastry. So it's almost like the real world. If you mix butter and flour, you get something out of it. You might need to add more things to get a proper cake or bake a bread or whatever you're baking, but it is kind of in the right direction. So we have made 21 pastry. We had a couple already, I think. Yeah, so we have 38 pastry. I'm now going to make them into pie cases. That is just running the pastry through. And again, they actually become more valuable making pie cases. So I'm going for just below 1 million, or 3/4 million. And this will become a little bit more valuable. So what is actually happening? Sorry, I'm sitting shifting between two screens, but I'm actually wondering if I had forgotten to put my microphone on, but I haven't. Everything seems to be fine, so that's good. So this is still refining, even though I'm jumping around a little bit. So the pie case then can be combined with other things to create more food. So there's a lot of recipes which goes on the pie case. So it's like we say here in Britain that it's the casing of food which can be taken pretty much away. It's takeaway food in the basic way. So I can mix it with leopard fruit and it becomes jelly fertard. I'm going to make one. So that suddenly is 54,000 words. Not bad. Going from 33,000 to something higher. You can add. Can you add crunchy caramel? Then you get a caramel tart. Make one of them. 62,000. This Regis grease, I was not sure what to do with it, but that can become a solidified grease pie, which is worth 54,000. So you can see we're suddenly adding a lot of money. Scaly meat, that becomes a mystery meat pie. I have made these before, but I'll make one. 40,000. Meaty chunks. That also becomes mystery meat pie. I'm not making the same again. Raw steak. Mystery meat pie. So some of them creates the same, even with different things. Leg meat. Then it becomes leg in pastry. You can make one of them. Oh, I made two. They're 40,000 a piece, so not bad. Feline liver. Then it becomes a chewy organ pie. Made one of them. 40,000. Many of these meat things you get from animals. Whoa. The pie of knowledge with dirty meat. 62,000. That's not bad. What else can we? Hexaberry. then it becomes an anomalous tart. $44,000. So you can see they become quite interesting. What about chocolate? Cocoa tart, that sounds nice. 54,000. And it comes out of 30,000 and 1,800. So it really expands the value of the things. Salt and sugar, no, that is not going to work. Cactus flesh, no, that was not going to work either. Meaty wings, that becomes a mystery meat pie. What about yeast? No, that would not go with that. I knew that, but it's a little bit to illustrate that it can go with so many different things. You can put fireberry, then it becomes a glowing pie. Make one of them. 40,000. What if you put an egg on? No, that is not going to work. But if you put cream on, it becomes a creamy treat. 62,000. I forgot to take the most important thing I didn't take. Okay. So I have some steamed vegetables. I believe they can be used, if I remember right. High fiber pie. $40,000. So the value change, and there's more things you can mix in with the pies. So if you put that back there for now. I took these because they make cactus nectar from 28 to 300. So again, you can take something and make it more valuable just by refining it. And if you take that together with the pastry, the pie, where did it go? Where did I put the pie case? There, then you get a spiky tart. So, pie case is one you can mix with many things. So that comes from butter and flour. It's that simple. And I think that concludes today's cooking thingy. Oh, wait a minute, I wanted to make cheese. So that was why I made yeast. We need cream and we need yeast. Where did the yeast go? Did I chop that away? No. So that becomes cheese. I'm going to make a couple of these. Cheese and our pie case becomes baked cheese tart. 62,000. You can even, I believe, put something like hexapair now. Something I don't have here, but I have it here. Stuff is not there. Then it should be here. Strawberry maybe? Frozen juice. No, they normally go to ice cream. Jade peas, that was what I was actually looking for. So let's see the strawberry. They will not work, okay. I know the jade peas will. Then it becomes a cheesy vegetable pie. So is that worth more when there's 3? It's still 62, so yeah. That's pretty much it, I think. I think that is it, yeah. I filled up my exosuit with food stuff. One thing which is a little bit funny, you can make creature pellets in here as well. If you take, carbon and some meat, it becomes smoked meat. 2200, so it actually adds nicely. Again, if we take our pie case, then we make a smoky meat pie. Oh, stop. 42 each. So I have to do it like this. So that's enough cooking for today, and I hope it's been a little bit into the more interesting part of that side. I will say that cooking is a lot about experimenting, and it can sometimes take a lot of time to go through those kind of things, but I will say give it a try. Don't be intimidated by it, because it's actually good fun to kind of try it out, and you become very happy when you succeed with something which actually gives you shitloads of coinage. At least that's been my experience with it. But it is, again, if you are not interested in doing that part, well, I'm tempted to say that's fine, because you choose whatever you want to do when you want to do it. So that's how it is. You are not forced to do anything in game you don't want to do. I couldn't imagine someone forcing me to do something I didn't want to do. So I got a lot of thoughts with, okay. So I have to put it put the food stuff down here. I am probably going to sell it at some point, but I might go past the anomaly and let our food critics taste some of it if I can. Might actually give me some good nanites, I hope. There's one of these you don't know. It might not. He is a tough bugger more than anything else. So everything clean over to the freighter, and I will have to just put it where it belongs. but the problem is that on the freighter it stacks in 200, on the ships it only stacks at 100, and in my exosuit, so that's how it is. So I get everything sorted good. Then we can go back to our normal things to do. It's time for the farming run. That is just doing the normal things. Sorry, I need to close that. So we always ask for something, and it's actually nice to get a little bit of a lump of nanites every day. Every day is once a day you can get from him. I did not want to go there. That was a mistake. So, this is what I do pretty much every session. I start with the farming run. After the frigate missions. And I have not added to the amount of farms I have. That is at the moment not necessary. This one doesn't have power enough to run 24/7, but it doesn't need to. The plants will easily grow until next time I come, so and the same with my resources, they will have built up the container and it's all fine. Notice that I can teleport into a station even though if the teleporter is out of power, so feel I should have a farming song coming on, but I don't really have any in mind which would be appropriate for it. And I'm not going to start singing because then everyone would be running screaming away, I'm sure. It's all about not offending too many people. And I'm sure my singing would do that. I always said in jest that when I was younger I was hired to come in and sing at closing time at pubs, so people would go home quicker. Silver. Quick one with sodium. Sodium is a funny thing because in the start game you really need it. Later you still need it, but not as much as in the beginning. So all these plants, you can find them on planets. You can go around grinding them if you want to. And I would say it's absolutely fine if you want to. I just find it's a little bit easier to grow them, then I don't have to actually go out and actively find them to farm them. That's the kind of thing. I'm sometimes a little bit lazier than good is, but it's always also so I like to actually show you guys that there are easier ways sometimes, and you can do as I do and or you can look at it and say, okay, that's one way, but I don't want to do that. It's absolutely fine. You play your game just as you want it. There's no right or wrong. As long as you are happy with your game, no one should tell you anything else. You choose exactly what part you take when you take it. However, if you are in a situation where you feel you're struggling with something, feel free to ask questions. If I can't help, probably will be someone else on which might have some suggestions. There is kind of a abundance of good players which can help out, and some of them is actually my channel very often. So clue location for what? Confused here. I don't got a clue what the clue is, but I might find out. Oh, I know. I am not going to follow clues. Anyway, I'm going back where I ended last time. I'm in the outer rim of Eissentam, and I'm going to take a slow trip through this galaxy for a while, because it's a lush galaxy, so there should be a lot of interesting planets which we will encounter. There should be a quite high amount of paradise planets. So let's see if we can encounter any of them and if they are being interesting. So, did I have any sort of missions here? I actually can't. Yeah, I do. Locate. Alright. So, I need to go to another system, and I will find out where that is. Nope, there's one more there. A B fighter. Oh, I kind of forgot to clean up the access to the freighter, so I'll quickly do that. plans always end up in my exosuit, so that's one thing where you have to make sure you do the right thing. It seems like I have. Good. So I need to find out where I'm going. Current mission. I am going there. Ah, okay. That was the clue. Yeah. That, I didn't get the clue for the clue. Ah! That is kind of silly. Okay. Let's have a look what these guys are. CB. That was not an S fighter, it was an A fighter. For some reason it's called my own. And, you shouldn't be camping out for that because that's not for sale. So I need to look every time whether I can sell some of all my stuff I'm bringing along. Some of it will be sellable and others won't. So that's how it normally goes. And I have heard that shouldn't be focusing on money, but all the other good things there is in the game. And although I kind of agree, money is not everything, it's not the purpose of the game. But it is bloody nice to have money, so and again, one of the acknowledged parts you can take in the game is to go back to the space station if you don't move away from it. Bloody idiot. That's me. So make mistakes, that's fine, don't make them twice. Aggressive sentinels, that can be interesting. What do you have to sell me? Okay, he didn't want to sell, he wanted help to repair. Fine. I can accept that. And I will help if I can. I already determined that, didn't I? Oh, I'm being bloody stupid. So I'm out looking for an artifact. So yeah, I can't bloody land on a mountainside. Oh well, it goes okay. It's not too bad. Thank you and welcome to. It is almost say flying a little bit around, but I've just started really coming out today, so I haven't done much yet. That is from the Utopia expedition. There was a couple of I almost say Star Wars inspired things. Oh, I need to get over there. That was a little bit too far. So are you a hardened player or are you a new player or? Okay. Yeah, well, I have some really seasoned players come around sometimes, and it's actually quite funny to sometimes hear their advices, and I've actually learned a couple of things from them. Even though that I've been playing for I'm on a mission to dig up an artifact, so I need a clue to where the ancient building is, and that's what I'm going for at the moment. I do missions to try to get storage for my ships, so I don't have to pay many millions for them. So that's what I kind of roll for at the moment, but other than that, I seem to have been taking a little bit of a trade route with this safe, which is a little bit of a new thing for me, because normally I've been more exploring than I actually have in this one. But a lot of the things I have kind of done so far has been also to help out when people actually ask me questions. How do I do this? And then I have taken the route and done some of the things. Yeah, it is nice doing that, and I kind of have it a little bit that I've been focusing a little bit too much on making money, so I think I need to chill down a little bit and look around. Okay, what galaxy are you in? Um, 2.2 billion. I just jumped into the 10th galaxy. It's called Eissentam, and that's I think so. I'm actually reached a point where I really don't know what to spend them on. So yeah, I have done enough, to be honest. But I'm in Eissentam, and that's a lush galaxy, which should mean that there is a lot of paradise planets. So I'm actually going to look for a very nice one with a lot of animals, and I'm going to build a base at add it and do some foodstuff farming. Well, feel free to ask if that is. If you have never jumped to any other galaxies, then you are in Euclid, which is the start galaxy, so which is absolutely fine. I have a viewer which comes on sometimes. He has been playing since the beginning of the game, and he pretty much only had been in the start galaxy. That's fine and enough for him, and as he says, that's his corner of the universe, and that's fine. But there is 256 different galaxies, so there's a lot to dig into. Yeah, and there is. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, that's another thing. You play with your imagination. That even makes it better. There are players which kind of float into and roleplay the traveler, the lonely traveler in the universe, and name everything they find, even the animals and the minerals. And I must admit, I don't have fantasy to imagination to go down that route, but I kind of understand the fascination. So here I'm looking for a artifact, and the artifact is in a box which is locked by 3 locks. So I have to find 3 keys. So I dig them up first. And as this is a mission, I'm kind of doing it for someone else which has asked me to do it for a reward, which is quite nice. But these kind of missions is actually very good because you get to keep the artifact afterwards, so you actually earn extra money on it. So there is the artifact, and I will need to unlock it, which I do with the 3 keys. They disappear, but I didn't get anything. There it was. So now I will need to go to a trading post and scan it to the customer, so to speak. So are you building bases on any of the good planets you find? Or are you just exploring them? It takes a little bit long. I assume you went through the start mission where you end up making a small base. Most have done that. But I will say, feel free to ask questions if there's something you don't know or want to know about, because I can hopefully help out. And I'm happy to answer as well. Also, if you see me do something, then why? You fly to the center of the galaxy you are in, and then you actually fly to the center of the galaxy you're in. That's the last jump you make. And when you do that, then you come out in the next galaxy. However, there is some caveat for it, because you will damage a lot of your things doing so, but it's normally worth it. But I can say, if you really want to know how you do it, I have several videos on my YouTube channel where I jump to other galaxies. So I'll actually say, watch some of those videos. That will give you a good idea how it actually works out. I always say there is a link on my Twitch page to my YouTube channel. So I do make some how-to videos as well, especially when I do something people have been asking me for, because if one don't know it, then there will be others. And then it's easier to cut it out, to show it once and then cut it out and put it on YouTube, and then others can get a little bit of help that way. It's nothing fancy, but it's only yours truly which is fiddling around with those things. But I will say, in general, it will take a long time to fly to the center. So I would say you have to be a little bit creative sometimes if you really want to go down that route. And you have to use portals to get close to the center. I can show you when I get out in space what I mean, because it might sound like I'm speaking a foreign language maybe. The thing is, if we fly out to space, let me show you. So, you know, you go into the galaxy map and you move around between systems there. Up in the left hand corner you can see an outlay of the galaxy you are in. And there is a little bit a yellow dot with a circle around. That's roughly where I am at the moment. And go to the center is at the moment 718,336 light years away. So that's a very long way, and I can jump, depending on the ship, between 600 and 800 light years in each jump. So you can calculate that takes a lot of jumps actually get to the center. Then you can use black holes on the way. That's fine. They will bring you roughly 6,000 light years closer. So you will need a lot of jumps, yeah. That's why I'm saying you need to use portals to get there. Have you ever tried to use portals, or is that new for you? Okay. Now I'm repeating myself, but there is actually another video on my YouTube channel which is how to find and use portals. That might be helpful for you. But the thing is, you find a portal, and that video actually have the address to get close to the center of the galaxy. That address which you can use in each galaxy. The thing is, portal addresses is only useful in the galaxy you are in. So theoretically, all planets have a portal. I don't know if it's true, but it's supposed to be. I haven't even investigated and found portal on each planet, but it should be. There should be one on each planet. And each has an address, so you can navigate around. If I find a very interesting ship, for instance, an S-class ship, I normally, so everyone viewing can get an idea where we are, and I will tell them that the glyph addresses are down there in the bottom. And I will put that on screen, and then if you are in the galaxy, you can use that address, and you will not come where I am, but you will land on one of the planets, and then you can go up to space, and you will be there. However, that brings me to another question. Do you have the glyphs? You can see that by going into Catalog and Guide, Collected Knowledge, the Atlas, Portal Glyphs. You need to have them. No, you don't need to start a new save. What you need to do is you need to follow the Atlas mission line, because then you will get them for free when you jump. It actually takes longer time on a new save, because you have to start it all over again. If you go in, I still have the Atlas part setting, because I'm not finished it fully, but if you follow that and keep going to the Atlas stations, talk to them, and then after a while you have done enough, then when you start using your warp, your hyper jump, then you will get a glyph every time. Otherwise, you will have to find travelers and find their graves. That can be a little bit difficult. So, but with the Atlas part, you will get them for free without actually doing anything except for visiting Atlas stations. And they are, now I have marked it, and I go in, I should be able to see some. I don't. Otherwise, there is another option. Have you been into the anomaly? Good. Then you just go and talk to Polo. He can give you coordinates for the nearest one. So you just call him in. Call that in and go to it. Go up and talk to Polo and ask for coordinates for Atlas, and it will come up on your galaxy map. So that's probably the easiest way. I had a purpose to go. Oh yeah, I have made food, so I need to visit the food critic. But go in, talk to Polo, and say hello. Well, you don't have to say it, but I like to be polite to them. And then you ask for Atlas station coordinates, and he will tell you so when I go out again and take the galaxy map, I will have an Atlas station shown. So that is the easiest way to get the glyphs. I need to talk to this guy. I have so much food stuff. What about that? Okay, he liked it. Stuff there, so but I got some nanites out of him. That's not a bad thing. This one is a good way of getting a little bit of nanites every time you come in as well. Well, a little bit, 1200, that's not bad. But go down that part and then yeah, I will say watch my video and then when you have the glyphs, you can make the portal. You can find and make the portal jump to get in close to the center, and you can do galaxy jumping. But I will say to watch the video I uploaded last with the jump to Eissentam, because that actually show you how to prevent a lot of repairs. What am I doing? Oh, by the way, thank you for following. I appreciate that. I don't think I said it, so I better be polite. See, now it comes up, it has found an anomaly, and it will direct to where it is, and it will give you a route. If you choose the Atlas station, then it will give you the nearest route there. And I clicked on the wrong one, didn't I? Oh dear. I'm a good instructor. I just do this. This is wrong, but never mind. Problem is I'm in an area where a lot of planets are already discovered, so which is fine, but that's not what I really intended to do. By a fluke, I ended up in very close to the center of this galaxy, and I actually didn't want to do that. I wanted to take the long route because, as I said, it's a lush galaxy, so it's supposed to have more paradise planet and good planets than any other. Okay, maybe I should go to the... Now I did it again. I'm clicking all over the place. That's... I'm taking the long route here. Now I'm getting into a battle with a freighter as well. I'm actually not interested in that battle, and I know a little bit of a cheat with them. It's about finding where the hangar is of the freighter. Because then you don't have to fight. It's not that I can't fight. Where is it? Isn't there? No. Okay, then let's fight. I can't find the entrance, so... Be careful you don't shoot the freighter, and suddenly, the freighter, and suddenly you are the bad guy. Don't get stuck on it. I can be a mobbit as well. And to be honest, we all can. Sorry I'm not saying so much when I'm fighting, but I'm trying to. For me it's always important just to stay alive. Oh shit. Okay. Don't shoot the freighter, don't. I was stuck. I'm an expert in getting stuck on freighters, so it doesn't surprise me anymore. first time. So when you help the freighter, you can either get the freighter, if you so wish, for free if you don't have one, or you can swap with the one you have. And I would say I'm only tempted if it is an S-Class, otherwise everything else is not tempting me. So I will just take the reward they offer. It is okay. It is always a storage slot for your own freighter. Not that I can use them, but I'm actually taking them anyway and saving them. And they give you some nanites and they will give you some gold. It's always gold. So, which is fine. I'm actually happy to get a little bit here and there. So I should really jump to the Atlas coordinates, because that was what I was going to show you. So I'm jumping a lot around, but it's fine. So if you have seen the Atlas before and visit them, then you know just to go in and go and talk to him. For me, I'm a little bit further in that mission, so what happens to me is it is giving me some blueprints which I'm not quite sure how to use or for what purpose. So I'm kind of abandoned those missions. I don't really see a further purpose. I've gotten what I needed from it, but I always found the Atlas a little bit scary place. Too much red. So I have to go and lit up all these thingies. And I'm not sure I actually have what is needed, so oh, these I can lit up. I think this is not what you will be asked to do. When you arrive at Atlas, if you haven't been there a lot, then it will keep asking you some questions, and eventually you get through the mission and further and further on. And when you have gotten to the point where this one is the one I don't think I can. No, I don't have Heart of the Sun. I can make it, but I don't want to waste the resources doing it. And it doesn't give me anything, that's the weird thing. But I actually have the... I can make it. But the problem is you have to make the whole line of them until you get to it, and it costs you resources all along until you get to it. So I'm just ignoring it because it's not needed for the game as such. That's but I have been through it on another save, so I do know what it ends up with, and as I said, it's not really important for gameplay. But the glyphs are important, you need them, and there's two ways of getting them. One is through Atlas. If you follow the missions long enough, it will start giving it to you for free, which is the easiest way. The other way is a little bit more tricky. I can actually show how to do it, but as I said, it's a little bit more tricky way. But first of all, you need to find travelers. And weirdly enough, it seems to have been quite easy where I have been in other galaxies, but in order to go to other galaxies, you actually need the glyphs, unless you want to jump a lot of times. Use black holes. So, yeah. But I hope that helps you a little bit, otherwise feel free to ask. It's I'm happy to help whatever I can. These things at least I know. And I will let you know if there is something I don't know, then I'm not trying to give you a non-answer which will bring you to die a horrible death or anything. That's not really me. I'm very honest with what I know and what I don't know. So come into a lot of found planets here, but I think that is unfortunately this galaxy is cursed, that a lot of people have gone pretty much directly to this, and but if I start getting bored, then I will continue to somewhere else. I'm trying to... Well, I've probably need to chill down a little bit with money making, but it's difficult, and I am a hoarder, so I do get a lot of stuff all the time. One advice, if you want to do galaxy jumps, make sure you buy wiring looms cheap. And by cheap, I mean less than 50,000 is cheap. You might find systems where they are over 100,000 a piece. So keep an eye out, make sure you have some money to buy some and stock up. That is an advice I will give everyone if you want to do jumps. There is ways of preventing to get too much damage when you jump, and I have shown that earlier, and I even put it in a video, so the information is out there. Oh, didn't see I got one of them. Plus 1% damage and plus 5 fire rate. That is not very good. That will be sold. So I like to find boxes around because they always contain something which is useful-ish, and it's free. You don't have to grind for it, it's just there. Oh, by the way, it goes for everyone. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I might be able to help you out. Or feel free to comment on why the fuck are you doing it like that. I do like to be enlightened. I do like to learn new things, and I like to help others if they don't know. So let's this be a open forum where anyone can chip in. The only thing I don't accept is people being rude to other people for doing things differently. This is a game where there is no right or wrong. It is just, sometimes it's a question about an easy way or a difficult way or something in between. There might be 4 or 5 different ways of doing things. And I do like to do it the easiest way if I can. But that doesn't make things right. if you have been playing a lot and doing things a specific way, you might feel more comfortable with your way. And that's fine. So I never got to hand in my mission, but the good thing is you can hand it anywhere. These are practical, but I don't do repair missions because they always seem to be bugged when I do them. These are worth some money. Nothing really useful for me. So I think I will not do any of those missions. So as I said several times, make sure you get up in standing with the different guilds, because when you reach a certain standing they start giving you gifts, and those gifts are quite generous. 400,000 coins without doing anything. That's not a bad bargain. Oh, I was actually looking if there was a traveler here. I didn't see one, so... You can always recognize travelers because they don't look like any of the other of the three races we encounter. So there's none of these planets which looked interesting. I normally see if I can find a trading post and then do a little bit of commercial before I go on to the next system. Which is interesting for me. However, sometimes I can sell some of my stuff to them. Also a little bit there. Ah, that's it. Trading post. slow down before you attempt to land. That's always the best advice. Oh dear. I am really being a noob today. That is this is a little bit funny. So maybe I should check everything is actually fine. I like to use my personal refiner while I'm running around, because then that means that I don't have to refine in the end of the session every day. And it is a little bit nice to have everything done when you decide to stop. And not have to sit half an hour and an hour afterwards and just refine. Refining is tedious, but it is sometimes necessary to do it. Oh, that was in the other end as well. Trading post is sometimes the best place to find more rare ships as well. So I would say I recommend that you get a economical scanner so you can actually look for them and find them easily. It is useful, especially if you want to do a little bit of trading, or a lot for that matter. Then Trading Post is the best place to actually buy trade goods. And you'll see that in a moment when I go down and actually trade. I've just been too busy picking up free stuff. I do like to do some scannings as well, because it's free money. I do like free stuff. Whether it's money or whatever. The weather is very bad right now. Bad weather doesn't mean you die immediately, but it just does grind down your shield. So, as you see, they sell things with very lower prices than you see on the space station. So if you buy stuff, then you can sell them at other systems, and you can earn money. That was almost a dark moment. But beside of that, I also have resources I'm selling and stuff, so I do go there. But each system has some trading goods they want. Here it would be something like spark canister, industrial grade batteries, fusion core, experimental power fluid, and ohmic gel. And they sell dirt, unrefined Paris grease, and bromide salt. So when I buy that and go to another system, I will earn money selling that at a higher price than I paid. I'm not sitting calculating exactly how much I earn, but I know if I buy them at these lower prices, then I will always earn money on them when I sell them. And as I said, money is good. There's explorers out today, 2A explorers. There's a third one, which also is an A. Yeah, well. So I'm kind of done in this system. There was no missions for me, there was nothing else to really go into, so I'll jump on to the next system. And now I will just go for the galactic core, so I go in the right direction at least. And as I said, I'm not going to take big jumps. I'm out looking and see what planets there are and see if there's anything interesting to find. And of course, if someone asks me some questions and want to know something, I'm normally very happy to show it if I can. It's of course not everything I can show, but so again, a system which has been discovered by someone else, so I can see what the planets actually hold. They are not only interesting, so. But I'm going to the space station, see what there is there, and look at the missions as well, and maybe trade a little bit. I can see what technological level the different systems are at, so I could plan better how I trade, but again, that's way more than I actually want to go. I'm not normally a trader. I just do very simple trading, and that's fine for me, and I've actually managed to make quite a bit of coinage, so I'm quite happy with that. There's an A-class multi-tool. It's actually rare in space stations I find high-end multi-tools. Okay, that was kind of him. Give me some. See, these were things they were requesting in the other system, but I'm not buying them to the space station prices. They have to be lower than minus 25% before I do. And then I said about wiring looms here, they're nearly 100,000, so keep an eye out on that. So stuff I can sell, and I'm actually earning quite good money on that. As I said, it's not difficult to earn money if you just use a little bit of common sense, really. It's not like I'm a wizard with doing magic things. I'm actually just following a common sense: buy low, sell higher. That's what I've been doing all along. Unfortunately, it's a little bit with making money is that it becomes kind of addictive. There is a traveler. Are you still with me, Toby? There's actually two travelers here. Travelers who look like, among others, this. They will stand with their names written like that. 2 seconds, I just need to scan the ships and see if there's something interesting. Is there one over behind? It was a shuttle anyway. There's more explorers. Jesus. Okay. I'm going to show it again. If you talk to the traveler, you go through, it tells you something, blah de blah. And then you can do 1 or 2. There's no right or wrong, but if you're lucky and choose the right one, he will give you some nanites. Okay, 94. Then if you talk to him again, option number 2, ask them where they came from. It will cost you 100 nanites. However, it just gave you 94, so it will cost you 6 nanites. And you ask him where it come from, and he will actually point you to a place of interest, which is his grave. So that we can go and find. I'm just going to check the missions before I jump out and do that. All these with expansion units is storage to something. This is to the exosuit. I can't use that, but that's one thing, but I'm actually doing that one. And I'm going to talk to the guild man, because my standing is full with all of them, so I get gifts from all 3 guilds. And as I said, some of them is quite generous. This one gave me 462 nanites. That's not bad either. So they want me to deliver the cactus flesh. I knew I had that in stock, so it's actually going to be an easy one. So I need to okay. I got that one, which is the Traveler's Grave. So when I go to that, that would give me a glyph if I don't have one. So when you meet travelers and you don't have glyphs, talk to them. Pay the 100 nanites. You have to talk to them twice. Go and find their grave and get a glyph and something useful for your travel. That can be a upgrade or something else. I always try to get the hydrogen because I need it for my frigate fuels on my freighter, so, and I need a lot of it. Knowledge stone. And I always do scan, especially animals, because my scanner is upgraded, so I can earn quite a lot of coinage if they are rare. Plants and minerals not so much, but there's a sentinel. I'm kind of ignoring him. As long as I don't do anything. If I start shooting at something, he might be aggressive, but I'm not going to. There's an ancient data structure. You can get navigational data there. I have so many, so I tend to leave them. Well, I take the wheat because every Sunday when I start, I do a little bit of cooking. So let's go and look at the grave. It will be marked by one of these diamond-shaped thingies. Did I scan those? Yeah. And you just go to it, press E, and he will tell you something. Extract technology. And you get a memory fragment. That is what I call a help to your travels. And to be honest, it can be good or it can be bad. In this case, it's a C-class upgrade. Not great, but it's fine. When you start playing and you find Traveler Grave, it's actually normally a time where it's helpful to get those. So I would suggest go and get them when you come across. Even though you have decided to follow the Atlas part and all that, then it's still helpful. You get free stuff. Oh, now I'm talking about free stuff again. But you get free stuff, and if you can't use it, you can always sell it and get nanites out of it. So nothing is actually lost. And you might question what I'm doing, but I'm actually picking up the knowledge stones when there is multiple close by. I am relatively, well, no, I thought I was close to the languages. I'm not. And, so I'm still working on it. It's some of the few things I have not gotten yet. So there's one over there, and there was one. What was the other one? Oh. There. 91, 100. Okay. So, yeah, that's